Hello, my name is Eric Normand, and this is part three where I'm coding the Gilded Rose Kata. It's a code in Kata. It's something that I started last week, and I'm just now getting back to the last part. The first part, I worked on the tests. The second part, I refactored because it's a big mess. And this third part, there is a new requirement that we're going to implement. And I hope I get to do it soon because I do have somewhere to be in a little bit. So hope I can do it quickly. So let's jump in. Do check out the other parts if you haven't gotten there. I'm just going to start. So this is the README, and we have one thing that we have to do. This requires an update to our system. Conjured items degrade in quality twice as fast as normal items. Feel free to make any changes to the update quality method and add any new code as long as everything still works correctly. However, do not alter the item function, as that belongs to the goblin in the corner who will insta-rage and one-shot you as he doesn't believe in shared code ownership. So this is one of those things where luckily it's phrased well enough that however I think is doing a lot of work here. But these two sentences contradict each other, right? Feel free to make any changes you want, add any new code as long as everything's. And then this one says, do not alter the item function. Anyway, that's fine. I understand what it's saying. We just can't change that item function. So how do we make conjured items? It's a big question. Um, I have some ideas. Not sure exactly how to do it. But before we get started, I just want to compile my code. This is a new REPL, so I had to start it up again. So here's the deal. When I think in the first part, when I was doing the tests, I was having a lot of trouble. And the creator of Calva, who, uh, I guess the creator of Calva, Peter, was watching. And so he commented to me. He, reached out and said, "Can you reproduce that?" And so I did. I found I found out how what I was doing. Right, I had some hypotheses and I figured it out. What it was I was modifying the code in the buffer in the open editor, recompiling it. So as it looks in my editor, I compiled it. It made the change, but I never saved the file. And then when I ran the tests, the command to run the tests, the keystroke I was doing was reloading the file from disk with the old code in it. And that's why it just seemed wrong, right? Like it's like I just made that change, it looks fine, and then I run the tests and it doesn't. Um, and so that's not really how it's supposed to work. Like what's in the REPL should be what's run. And Peter agreed and he made the change. So there's a new version of Calva since last week that does the right thing. So I don't have to, I won't flail for however long that was this time. So thank you, Peter. That was awesome work. Awesome job. Okay, so if you remember we cleaned up the code quite a lot. So this was what it looked like before. This is what we're calling the model because we knew it worked mostly. We had to make one little adjustment to it, this thing. But this is what it looks like now. It's much more organized and it doesn't use any real tricks or anything, which I appreciate. It's just a better cond statement, right? And what we need to do now is make it so that degrading quality, which basically these four cases where the quality goes down, it has to go down twice as fast when the item is cursed. And so I'm assuming that we're going to have the same four items but there's going to be some of them are cursed and some are not. It's not like a new item called cursed. It is a property of items. So if something is either not cursed or cursed, it's a Boolean. It's the best type to use for it. And so I'm going to, we have to make a lot of assumptions here because it's just like one or two sentences describing this new behavior. I don't want it to increase in quality twice as fast. And I'm not counting this case where the backstage pass goes to 0 the day after the concert because now it's worth nothing. Because it shouldn't go down in price twice as fast to 0, right? There's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't be like, well, there's 10 days before the concert, at 5 days it's going to go to 0. No, I don't think that makes sense. But I have to assume that I don't have anyone to talk to really. So what I'm going to do is make items, which we see in this item function that we're not allowed to touch. It's a hash map. I'm going to add a key called cursed ? And it might not be there, and it might be there. But at this point, we're diverging from the model. So I want to keep the model. The tests run, they work, and we don't have any other tests. So we want to keep these tests as much as we can. And so my idea is to, let's just do it, but it's to take this function and move it into, oh, I need to move it into, oops, what did I do? Control tab into the test file. So we're going to make a model right here. This one is called update quality model. And we have system under test. We're just going to have to work through all the squigglies here because now we don't have squigglies on this. Why is there a squiggly on this guy? Oh, another thing that I did, I found out that there is a setting so that when I'm hovering my mouse over, it doesn't cover my code with like info boxes. So I have to manually bring it up. Unresolved symbol test against my, well, that is defining the symbol. Oh, maybe it doesn't get that it's a def spec. That's fine. This is just the Clojure LSP probably getting confused that it's not like a def, right? It is a def, but it doesn't recognize it as a def. All right, but I don't see any other squigglies in here. That's odd, but maybe that works. Okay, so now I'm gonna compile it. That compiles, yes, and then this compiles, yes. So I should be able to run my tests again. Yes. Okay, so we have the model. It's now just part of the tests, and we can put a comment or something like, never change this. Never change this. Oh, I could even put it, like make it a private function. This is part of the test. Okay. Now the other thing though is we have these generators and they will never generate anything cursed, which may or may not be the right way to do it. But I don't know what the right way is. There's two ways. One is we can use these and maybe even name them gen uncursed vest, gen uncursed pre, right? And then make a second version that curses them. Or we can make one that generates 50% cursed, 50% uncursed, and then filter out the cursed ones when we run this test, which is what I'm going to do. I think that that's the best way to do it. It's the cleanest. So we're going to do this. We have cursed, and is it Boolean? Oh, look at that. I've got my Copilot turned on, and I'm going to disable it because sure, it's helpful, but I'm doing this au naturel, the old-fashioned way. I'm just adding this Boolean to all of them. I'm assuming everything can be cursed. Let's compile them. Good. Now we have gen item, and we can then, now this is gonna fail, right? No, it should still pass because I haven't changed anything. So, but yeah, I mean, I haven't changed anything to make it fail, but I want to make sure that this doesn't have any failures. So I'm gonna say filter, and I just want to see what that is. Unresolved gen filter. No, it's called what's it called? Gen um, such that, I know they just came up with these cute names. It could be called filter. Such that, called with one R, it needs a predicate and a generator. Okay, so I'm gonna say not the predicate is not cursed. Okay, so couldn't satisfy such that predicate after after that many tries, it still couldn't find one. Wow. Not cursed. Well, let's sample it. Just see what it looks like. Cursed true. Cursed, well, it should find some that are false. Oh, you know why? No, that's not true. Gen item. No, let's test this. Let's sample this. Man, I don't know how people code without a REPL anymore. I just don't understand it. I got an error and now I can look at it. Look, it worked. I wonder why it didn't work when it did this. Let's just run it again. Yeah. Yeah, see, I think this is now making our test flaky. So instead of doing a such that, another thing we could do is an fmap, and we can just set it to cursed false. So just going to do a soch percent cursed false. I mean, it's the same thing. And this will never fail in that way. Okay, there we go. So this is always generating non-cursed items. But we need a test for our cursed items, right? Or in general, we want all the items tested. So how do we make sure that that happens? So we got to go back to the requirement. I believe that it's just a simple translation of the requirement into a property. Conjured items degrade in quality twice as fast as normal items. Okay, so what we need to do is come up with a formula that says if it's conjured, then we need to check that this thing holds. So let's do that. Conjured items degrade 2x. So now we're gonna do the same thing here, but we're gonna set it to true. So this is only, no, well, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna generate items. This doesn't matter. So we're just gonna generate items, and then we're gonna make a cursed version where we're going to take the item and make it cursed and an uncursed. We don't really care what the item looks like. See, I didn't even need to change the generator. That was kind of premature in doing that. Okay, so now I want to test. I want to run it twice. I want to say what is it called? Cursed result. We're gonna do update item and the uncursed result. Oh, not item, sorry. It should be cursed. And then update item uncursed. All right, now we have an if statement. If the thing went down, so we know the item, we know the uncursed result and the cursed result. If the uncursed result, which we know works because we've tested it against this, if that uncursed one has the quality is less than the item one, then we want to check that the cursed one was went down by 2x that. That makes sense. Okay, so we want to say less than quality cursed result less than quality of the item. Okay, so if the uncursed result has gone down, now we haven't handled the case where it goes straight to 0. We're going to do that in a second. That's kind of a special case. It's not really degrading in quality. It's something else. So if after running the update on the uncursed result on the uncursed item, we have a lower quality, then we have to check the truthiness of this, that so we need something that's 2x. We're going to have a difference between the quality of the item and the quality of the uncursed result. And then the difference with the quality of the item and the quality of the cursed result. So this one went down. This is how much the cursed result went down. The cursed item went down. This is how much the uncursed version went down. And it needs to be 2x that. Right, now in the else case, it's just always true. Okay, we're just going to say, look, if it didn't go down, then it was fine. The problem with this kind of thing, though, is like you might not hit anything. You might not hit any times when the cursed result or when the quality degraded, but you probably will with 1,000 different tests. Okay, so it failed, and that's expected because we haven't changed the ooh. If the quality is already 0, ooh. Yeah. If the quality is 0, nothing can go down past 0. That's interesting. This should have not failed. What it, like? I just want to see what that does. If I run this, man, this is just so nice that I can run it. Oh, I know. Duh, look, remember, this is what happens when you do it a week ago. Remember, it has to be in a sequence, some kind of collection. Okay, this will give us different results. Let's see. Cannot invoke class because X is null. What? Who was invoking? Oh, is quality null somewhere? That's weird. I think that's what's happening. So look what I'm gonna do. Problems found. It didn't like what I don't like is it's not showing me the case that generated the error, but I'm gonna check something out. So we're just generating items. Gen item. Quality 2, quality 4. Did I mistype something? Quality. They all have the quality. So this is, I mean, what do you do? I'm just gonna try this. Like this. I'm just trying stuff. It's a little trick. I got the thing copied, right? So I'm not losing it. Recompile it. All right, so there's something in here that's going on. If I get rid of this, let's see, I can always undo it too. Okay, I've just cut it, so I still have it. Recompile. Nope. Something up in here doesn't like it. Let me see that error. Print stack trace. Ops minus core update. Update cell in. Update cell in. Oh. Is the cell in not? I didn't check. We have a cell in. Cell in, cell in, cell in, cell in, cell in. If it's not the Hand of Ragnaros, update item, cell in -1. But that one is having a problem. Update cell in. Which item is having that trouble? Oh. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. It just caused the problem again. Yep. Like I said, this is what happens when you don't touch your code for a week. I did change it to a single item, and it's the model that still uses a collection because I didn't want to modify it. So something else is happening here. Okay. This thing is failing and in the right way, I guess. Let's test it. So we got, I think I already update item. Put the item in there. Back where we were 5 minutes ago. Ooh. Oh. Okay. So the quality went down -2, but didn't we have a rule that things couldn't go down below 0? What happens in our... Oh no. We might have to we might have to revisit our README because I'm running out of time. Cannot invoke get class because X is null. Error printing return value. Oh, so this even has a problem in the model. Is that right? Oh, no, never mind. That's the same problem again. This one needs to be that. Okay, so it does go -2. So maybe there's a bug. The quality of an item is never negative. Whew, okay. Sorry. We got to fix this. So we need to go back to our model and say can never be. Oh, I put that cap quality, right? How do I go to it without the mouse? Okay, I'll go with it. Cap quality is okay, so this is saying that the max quality is 50, but we also need to do like a bottom quality. And we'll say update item quality max 0. Right, I don't want to add it to my update item yet because I want to make a failing test for that. I want this test to fail now because I'm adding that here. Add it right here. Map suit what is it? What did I call it? Oof. Bottom quality. Bottom quality. Okay. There we go. And notice I'm doing it quick and dirty. There's probably more efficient ways to do it, and I'm just not caring yet. I'm going to say that this one has I'm just going to make it always return true. So I'm going to comment this out. Just write true. Because I don't want that one to fail right now. One failure. Right. So quality, when the quality is 0, this one is going to have 0. We can test that. This one. Quality stays at 0. Probably we shouldn't update the cell in either. But then this one is going to -2. So we need to see the quality is not something in line. It's all I'm I think the negative is fine. I think the negative is fine for the selling. So, okay, I'm happy with, we've modified the test. Now we gotta add that here, which will be easy. We just do it here. Bottom quality. This is just saying you can't go negative on your quality. All right, now they pass. All right, that was good, fast. All right, so we need to now make this test run again. All right, one failure. Right. So this is because now notice it's failing on the one case, which is what we want. The thing is not going down twice as much. We haven't made that change yet, but also notice, oh, I'm also seeing a problem. If it goes from 1 to 0, how can it go faster than that? Right? So we need to change our test because our test is wrong. In this case that it's found, it's not a good test case. And when you have a test that's failing in the wrong way, you need to change your test. So what I'm going to say is that if the item quality of the result after running it through update item, if the item quality is 0, then we don't, it's not a good test. So we're going to do and not 0 quality uncursed result. Okay, so if the uncursed one is already at 0, we do not go. If the uncursed one is already at 0, we're not testing that. Okay. So not 0, it should go to true. Okay, let's run now. All right. So this is a good test case. It says if it's 2, it should go to 0 automatically. Let's run this one. I know we already have this one mostly. So this one is 2, this one is selling that. It's going down to 1 because just one day has changed. But when we're running on, this is the model. When we're running it, oh yeah, let's do it this way. Well, copy this. I'm not going to run against my model. But then we'll change this to true. Okay, so in that case, that we want the quality to be twice as much. In this case, they're the same because I haven't changed code yet. So this is a good test case. A good failing test is our friend. So now we have to make that happen. So I've thought a lot about it in the past week. And one approach to do is to start coming up with some abstractions, like there is a function that calculates this number, this -1, and then we get to change it based on that. I would rather not come up with an abstraction yet, especially like what you call it. Is it like a decrease in quality, a decrease? What do they call it? Degrade, like the degrade rate. You know, that could work. Degrade rate. And these are the same, and so maybe these are the special cases that, and they're kind of special cases in the description, and the normal degrade rate is if the if it's before the time, you know, the 0 time, what is it, the sell-in time. If it's before the sell-in time, it's only decreasing by 1, and if it's after the sell-in time, it decreases by 2. But then if it's cursed, we double it. So we could look at that. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like fine. I'm going to do that way. Defen degrade rate. It takes an item. So we're just going to put this in there. And we're not going to update the item. We're just going to return 1 or the 2. Okay. And now we're going to put that here. Degrade rate item. Degrade rate item. Now I'm running my test. Oh, and we need to put it over here too. And I want to make sure that only 1 failure, not 2. So my original tests with the model have not broken yet. Those should be fine. So I'm going to take these here, degrade rate, boom. Now, also I'm wondering if we don't have a problem here with the item. Like maybe this should be the normal case, just because that's phrased that way. Like it says all items have a sell-in value, which denotes the number. All items have a quality. At the end of our day, a system lowers both values for every item. Well, it's twice fast. Quality of an item is never negative. Age brie actually increases. So like these are the these are the exceptions. So what we're using is like this fall through is actually the sulfurous hand of Ragnaros, which doesn't change. All right, so you see what I'm saying? I'm like trying to get rid of this duplication here, which I didn't see last week. So the sulfurous hand of Ragnaros never changes. Now these will be the fall through cases. This is the default. And in Clojure, in a case statement, the default just goes by itself at the end. And sometimes when I really feel like it, I do that just to make it easier to read. Okay, wait. Now we made a big change. Okay, only one failure. We're still good, and we're still getting the same a similar, yes, the same failure case. Right. We still haven't solved our problem. Um. All right. So what we also need to do is multiply it by 2 if if it's cursed. So I'm gonna do this. Uncursed degrade rate. Sounds good. And then I'm gonna do defen cursed. Well, then degrade rate of the item is, look, this is how I'm gonna do it. It's the uncursed grade rate of the item times, if it's cursed, then it's 2. Otherwise, it's 1. Whew, I don't know if that's great code, great modeling, but now we've found something. Right, because we started the quality over 50. So this is a problem because we're supposed to never have anything over 50. So we should change our test. Our generators are generating things over 50 because we're just generating nat. So we're going to now have to make a new generator, def gen quality, and there's a way to cap it, gen nat. So nat is never negative. That's good. But one thing we could do is just do gen fmap and just mod it with 51 because we want 50, and then it'll be gen. As it gets bigger, it kind of wraps around. I don't know. Why not? Oops. Gen quality, gen quality. Keys, keys, keys. It's like every. Ooh, this one is always 80. Is that right? That's true. Yeah. Okay. Let's run everything. Compile everything. Good. Oh, I still have this def A at the bottom. Yeah, I added code to this thing to test why it was kept changing. Okay, so I'm generating the quality now. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I just want to test my gen item. Can I test a specific item? Gen best. I shouldn't see anything over 50, but num samples. I could do like 100. Okay, we're getting to 47. Yeah, before I bet I could have found a 50. Let's see. Running out of time, but you know what? It's worth doing. It's worth doing. There's also a way to kind of force it to get bigger faster, but I don't remember how to do that. I want to sort them. Sort by quality. It's not printing all of them. I'm going to do this. Reverse. See the biggest ones on the top. Yes, I see a quality 93. Okay, so it was generating big ones. That was worth doing. Gen quality. So another thing you could consider doing, which sometimes you have to do if they get complicated, is to write tests for your generators. because they have properties too. Okay, but now when I do this, I should see, yes, 50 is the highest. Okay, so what happened in that test? Oh, they all passed now. Okay, ran it again, found another problem. This is saying that quality 3 it didn't work. Degrade 2x. Let's check it out. And I'm trying to make sure I get it perfect here. Like I'm not missing anything. See, the selin is 0, the quality is 3. That one is false. And I'll have to make one of them true. Okay, when it's false, selin goes down to -1, the quality is 1. Is that right? I mean, I guess that's right because that's what the model does. And I don't really want to analyze the rules. Just want to do what it's supposed to do. Yes, okay, so the quality goes down to 1. This one went down by 2. And in theory, this one should go down by 4, except it hits 0. And we've said nothing can go lower than 0. So that's a case where our test is wrong, because this is actually the correct behavior. And you see, notice what's happening. This is one of the cool things about property-based tests is we're refining the test. The model is getting better. Sometimes the test is right and you have to correct your code, and sometimes the test is wrong and you have to correct the test. So what I did was before was I said and it's not 0. But that's only for the uncursed result. What if the cursed result hits 0? Because it did go twice as fast, but it went past 0, and so now we have to put this. We have to put it here. Oops, needed one more paren. Haha! All right. I'm running it a bunch of times. There we go. There we go. So we've passed all of our tests. Sometimes this scares me because if I see a failing test and then I change the system under test and now it passes, I know I made a change that was useful. When I have a failing test and I change the test to make it pass, now I'm like, did I eliminate a lot of the important cases? um, I think I want to try it like this, like get rid of this uncursed thing, see how that works. That still passes. So like maybe I get rid of this because if cursed result is supposed to go twice as fast, it should hit 0 before the uncursed result does. So this is probably what I wanted from the beginning. Okay, well, everything passes. I think that this is pretty good. We actually came up with a new refactoring to put this in here and make this the default, which I like better because it aligns more with the way they put it here. This once the sell by date has passed, let's see if our code reads like that. If this 0, right, if we're above the sell date, then it's 1, else it's 2. Okay, it's not really twice as fast, it just says 2. You know, we could have a thing that multiplies it by 2 and then multiplies it by 2 again when it's cursed. And then that also makes me think that this multiplied by 2 degrades twice as fast is the same degrading quality twice as fast as normal items. So is it twice twice, or is it just the same kind of twice? But only even before the sell by date. Who knows? We don't have anyone to ask, so we have to make guesses. It's unfortunate, but that's cool. If we had some examples, it might work. Um, I think it's good. I think it's good. I think this is not terrible. I'm not too happy about this like two-step process. Like, I guess I guess I would look at it more like this. That the regular degrade rate is just 1, but let's see, definite degrade rate. This is just me refactoring because I like cleaning it up, and I do have a few minutes. I managed to do it. So I would say it's like this. So it starts at 1. All right, so that's kind of the standard. They all, regardless of the item, it starts at 1. Now if we do let's do it like this. So if we do negative degrade rate, sell in item. What's wrong? Why is this thing not? Okay, so if we have, it does not like this. If we have a negative value, we're going to multiply by 2. And the thing about cond is it will do all of them that are true. Okay, so then we have if cursed. Yeah, I like this better. Sell in item. Multiply by 2 again. All right, and then let's see. We'll just compile and run. Ooh, it didn't work. Is it the same problem we had before? Yeah, we're getting the same failing case as we had before. I wonder if it's still in there. Let me just run the test one more time. Okay. So if we have a 0 and a 3, and yeah, okay, let's see, if I do this, sell in 1, I also want to make sure that my model, yes. So this is what it's supposed to do. If it's false, we have the quality goes from 3 to 1 because the sell in is at -1, or it was at 0, now it's at -1. And now this one is saying the quality is 1, even though cursed is true. Did I misspell it? Cursed, sell in, item. Okay, I'm confused now. So I'm going to see, takes an expression and a set of, wait, no, but that one worked. So I must try it again. Via that through each form for which the corresponding test expression is true. Oh, duh. It's the cursed item, not sell in. There we go. Passed again. That's what tests are for. Because you make stupid typing mistakes. That's what they're for. Okay. I like this better. This one is much more straightforward. If there's other modifiers, This one only works with modifiers that compound on each other. Sometimes you'll see something like a coupon that's like not valid with any other offer. Like you can't get 50% off compounded 4 times. You can't use 4 of these coupons on the same item and it turns into, half and half and half and half and half of the price. You only get one of them. And so this one is saying, no, some things do compound, that if it's old and it's cursed, it's going to be 4 times as much as a normal item. So that's what it's saying, and it won't be compatible with something that doesn't compound. But that's fine. We don't have those yet, and we don't want to predict that. And it's very clear. It's very clear what it's doing. It's saying that like the normal degrade rate is 1, and then we have these exceptions or these special cases where it multiplies out. And the order of this doesn't matter because it's just multiplying. If we had something that was like, and then you add 7 if it's some other item, do you add it before you double it? Do you add it after you? So who knows? But we don't have that either. So that's just speculation. So this is pretty good for right now. And well, this also we don't need anymore. We just need this update. Oof, this is nice. Getting rid of stuff. Get rid of it all. Yes, please. I didn't remember that we had to do that. Our base case is very simple. And I think this one also should go up to the top because it is the most different. But it, again, that shouldn't change any. Oops. Well, what should change stuff is if you get the parens wrong. Okay. I don't know why this isn't. Oh no, this con. I was thinking it had to go inside the con, but it doesn't. Okay. This is very, 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 very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't do anything with this patching now. I think this like inline this patch using a case, perfect. It's perfect. It has the default case and it has all the special cases above it. Very nice. Same with this. That's the base case of 1. It's the default, but then these special cases, conditions under which it modifies it. Same here. We have the base case like update sell-in. It's just -1, but the Hand of Ragnaros never changes it. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm happy with this. Thank you for watching. Oh, you know what? I haven't checked the comments. Oh, good. No comments. So that means that I don't have to say anything and I can be done. All right. This was a lot of fun. I like doing this. This refactoring, this code kata. I want to do more stuff like this because I mean I do this stuff in my spare time, but I don't tend to record it, and I think other people can get some value from it if they watch this. So awesome, and I learned a lot too doing it. I learned about my editor and um, got a little bit better at refactoring. Awesome. Thank you so much. Please do check out my website, ericnormand.me. You can find all sorts of Clojure guides, Clojure courses. I have a podcast, a newsletter. Check it all out. And as always, rock on.